Hey, you're listening to Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0, episode 77. So live with me on Skype, we got Josh.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hey.
So Raw starts off with what's meant to be a Chris Jericho highlight reel with Randy Orton, but turns into a pretty predictable 3-on-3 situation.
Yeah, you could tell it was Labor Day because the writers took the day off.
Yeah, they just came out one by one, and you knew it was going to add up, and then there'd be a 6-man tag match. It was all by the book.
That's not as bad. That's nowhere near as bad as the way things got later on in the show.
We'll get there. You guys can keep complaining all night long.
It's rare for me to say the show was awful.
True.
And that show was awful.
I'm guessing Brandon had the same opinion?
Yeah, somewhat.
So I believe Brandon originally thought when this highlight reel was set up that it was going to be a Jericho-Orton feud. Do you still think that?
I still am going to stick to my chops with Orton, Jericho, Night of Champions in a tag team match, maybe? Not necessarily a singles match.
And I'd say that he's done. Because from what I've heard, Fozzie's first show on their new tour, it's a Night of Champions.
So we don't know what's going to happen with Jericho yet, but it seems if he's booked on that night, he can't do both. Unless he'll send in a replacement. That other guy, I don't remember his name.
Maybe Damien Mizdow will do triple work that night.
Yeah.
And be Damien Jericho.
That would be hilarious and great cross-promotion, but not very good for the audience. So the first match of the night, Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler took on The Miz and Cesaro.
And what do you know? Alex Riley was actually right with a bold prediction for once. His bold prediction was that the Miz and Cesaro would beat the champions.
It was slightly obvious, to be honest, heading into this. Because the champions have been losing so much lately.
Nah, not as much as you think they're losing. I think this was a pretty shocking upset, because, to be honest, I expected Cesaro and The Miz to lose this match.
I expected Damien to be in the match.
He kind of did get in the match.
True.
He tried to.
But
it was just a distraction.
Yeah, so Damien is now, at least for the foreseeable future, with Miz?
For now, at least. Although on his 60-second thing on the app, he said that the jester always has an ace up his sleeve. That he's been playing the role of a jester and he's always got an ace up his sleeve. Which leads me to think of something for Night of Champions.
He's going to flip on Miz?
Possibly. But what I was actually thinking was, you remember how a few years back, Kurt Angle's brother got into a match to replace Kurt in a match?
No.
It was a WWE Championship match, I think, against The Undertaker.
No, but I see where you're going with this.
So, since he's his stunt double, I was thinking that Sandel pins Ziggler, wins the championship, and then refuses to relinquish it to The Miz, turns face, and becomes a good guy.
Sounds better than playing around as other people.
And then you end up with like the triple threat Intercontinental Championship at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see a guy who hasn't won a match on Raw or SmackDown in ages to be our Intercontinental Champion.
He won one. I remember watching it. It was an upset. But it's better than what we're currently having, which is a one-on-one for the probably third night or third show in a row, these guys facing each other.
Well, that's what you got to do in a feud. You have to have the guys interact.
But we'll move on to the, can't really call it a match, the Divas Brawl.
Yeah, screwed me over. Curses.
The Naomi not injured but not injured.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what this was trying to set up.
This was pretty much just Total Divas promotion. It aired on Sunday.
And Layla just gets shoved in it for the sake of it?
Yeah,
Well,
she does.
Layla and Summer Rae are together as a pair, so it's not too shocking to see her involved in this kind of match.
But it does mean that, contrary to popular belief, Naomi and Cameron have not fallen off the face of the earth.
And they found Rosa somewhere.
Craft
and
services.
Now apparently, even though she's taller and older than Natalia, apparently Natalia is her big sister.
Yeah, no. Makes full sense.
Yeah, she's 2 years older and she's taller, but hey, she's their little sister.
Yeah. The writers, you already said, they took a day off, and that sort of transferred through to Total Divas.
It kind of... Considering Total Divas taped a long time ago, they must have taken the break off then, too.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Natalia was forced to babysit JoJo and Eva Marie back in the first season.
Yeah.
So,
That's pretty much her role.
yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty much a mentor to the other divas. Like Naomi, she's been a mentor to, and now to Rosa.
I am praying that this eventually leads to a Natalia heel turn. That she just snaps on Rosa and just beats the living daylights out of her.
That does.
Well, isn't Rosa already a bad girl?
No, she's teaming
I have
with
no idea what Rosa is. She's an abomination in the ring.
She's the Divas equivalent to the Big Show.
But if, see, what you said, Natalia flips out, that does two things. A, it gets Natalia actually doing something, and two, it pummels Rosa Mendez. So I think that's a double win. So we'll jump into the classic entrance theme of the week. It's Sable. And you're back with Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0, Grady, Josh, and Brandon. So we had the Big Show and Mark Henry taking on the Wyatt family. Again. But ending in disqualification.
Well, I hope they know what they're doing here, because I think if I'm right, we're staring at Big Show face the heel turn number 5,000.
Yeah, but a big part of this match, coming out of this match, is Rusev kicking the heck out of Mark Henry. I love that.
Yeah, we're definitely heading down the Mark Henry Rusev side, which seems really weird that they're still booking Big Show and Mark Henry as a tag team if that's happening.
Yeah, well, they did a promo later on that kind of cleared it up.
I'm still sticking with what I said, that would involve Big Show then trying to one-upsmanship Mark Henry, then still losing to Rusev, and then them having a feud.
Yeah, that'd be a really interesting feud between Mark Henry and Big Show. And it'd also be a really, really big moment for Rusev.
But who knows? As we all know, the writing team were drunk tonight, so they could have just completely changed everything last minute.
They were, because I think 6 rewrites got ordered in the last few hours before Raw went on the air.
Great. That was probably them fixing spelling errors.
And one of them, no, it was just Vince McMahon changing his mind on stuff. One of them got leaked out on the internet. One of the rewrites did.
Okay. Was it a better version than this?
No.
Okay.
All the versions were awful.
Yep. So, up next, Paul Heyman had a promo for about 10 minutes. John Cena came in, they did something, I muted them. And
Heyman is so much better than everyone else. It's just not fair.
yeah. I'm getting sick of the talkie-talkie.
You have to get used to the talk because the champion's not going to be around much.
True. But it probably didn't help that the rest of the show's action wasn't that good of an action.
Yeah, I really just want to see more conflict between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, because the only thing we're seeing so far is John Cena saying, "Oh, I'm never going to give up again against Brock Lesnar." That's boring. Every week I want Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw, and I want Brock Lesnar and John Cena to go out full at war. I'm pretty sure that's what everybody wants to see, but the only thing we're getting is Paul Heyman come out week after week after week and talk. And it's annoying.
Did you know his client broke The Undertaker's undefeated streak?
Yep.
That's pretty much it. This is Paul Heyman. He talks a lot. People are starting to get annoyed.
He talks a lot, but he's probably the best talker in the business today.
Yes, but he still talks too much. Up next, weird match. Swagger versus Curtis Axel.
And Axel is pretty much lost in the shuffle without the big guy beside him.
Yeah. Ryback heads off to, is he having surgery or just a break?
He had surgery.
Surgery. And Curtis Axel just sort of falls.
Apparently, Ryback has been wrestling with a sports hernia for a while.
Oh, okay. It's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, the big picture coming out of this match is it looks like they're going to run with Jack Swagger and Bo Dallas. And don't forget, Zeb Coulter returns.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Zeb Coulter, he seems like he's almost finished with Swagger, but I don't see where else he could go.
I had a thought of maybe him turning on Jack and joining Bo Dallas.
It seems weird for a character like Bo to have a mouthpiece manager.
Yeah, and the fact that Bo, I don't think he really needs it as much as Swagger does. We haven't heard Jack Swagger talk on the microphone for a reason.
But there's nowhere else really.
But you have to admit, Ric Flair never needed a mouthpiece, but he had a manager named J.J. Dillon for a long time.
I just feel like there's a better use for Zeb somewhere else. I don't know what it is, but there's probably a better use.
I think the better use might be him and Paul Heyman as the head of the creative.
That might work. But yeah, so Curtis Axel falling out of the mid-card tree and sort of hitting every branch on his way down. Probably going to fall into obscurity.
I think he's already there.
Well, no, he appeared on Raw, but then again, so did Zack Ryder, so you know. Up next, Adam Rose versus Titus O'Neil.
And Adam Rose continues his undefeated streak on the main roster.
Who's in the bunny suit?
If only he could make some character advancement.
Who's in the suit? Who's in the goddamn suit?
I get the feeling we're probably going to find out before too long. And
Yeah.
who knows, it might end up being the newest signee by WWE Kenta. We know.
That seems like a massive swerve.
Right now, I know that there's two people playing the bunny on TV, and that's Zack Ryder and Justin Gabriel. So, I don't know if they could be revealed as the bunny in the future, or they could put somebody in there for storyline purposes.
I think it'll be for storyline. I don't think those two are worthy of a bunny reveal.
The bunny reveal isn't even worthy of TV.
Kevin Steen.
No, the bunny reveal's worth it, because it'll be Adam Rose and the bunny versus Slater and the Gator.
Yeah, and Slater Gator's gonna kick some butt.
I don't think so. They lost this match.
Well, Titus did.
So you think Titus is the weak link?
Well, I don't know. Heath Slater did defeat Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler in a 2-week span.
So Titus O'Neil's the Marty Jannetty. So
now Slater's getting beat up by a bunny rabbit.
yeah, so I'm not sure. They're clearly just a comedy tag team, not meant to amount to anything.
A pretty awesome comedy tag team to me.
But we'll jump into our current entrance theme of the week. It's Total Divas. And you're back with Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0, Grady, Josh, and Brandon. So where we left off, Rusev's latest squash is Zack Ryder.
Yeah, Rusev has
One of
been
the
dominant,
bright
and he
spots
definitely
of this
sent a message
entire show.
to Mark Henry right there.
One of the few bright spots of the entire show.
I don't think squishing Zack Ryder can be seen as sending a message to Mark Henry.
No.
There's a very...
Pushing Big Egg Langston, on the other hand, would have.
Yeah, that one's at least got something to it. To be honest, squishing Ryder is not that big of a feat.
And
But
then
it's still a
Ryder goes
message
and
to Mark
complains on
Henry.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's a message to Mark Henry. I hope you put up a way bigger fight than this little fishy. Are we going to see Rusev lock a shark in the Accolade?
I know we're definitely going to see Rusev lock Mark Henry in that accolade right there.
I don't know. We could let Henry break Rusev's undefeated streak.
That would be an awful move. Mark Henry is like 39 or something like that.
How old's Brock Lesnar?
37.
There we go. But, you know, it could happen, that's the thing. I think if anyone is, it's going to be one of the two big guys that'll break it.
Yeah, if that happens, I'll probably punch out a window. And...
Mark Henry's 43.
Oh, that was close.
If you do punch out a window, please take a photo.
Yeah, I'll take a video of it.
I'd like to see your
Angry
fist all
Rusev
bloodied.
fan punches that window.
And you gotta remember, Henry's a former World Heavyweight Champion.
I think Henry is going to put up a lot more fight than anyone else he's already taken on. Compared to the Riders and the Big E's.
And even the Jack Swaggers.
Yeah, Jack Swagger was probably the strongest of the lot that he'd faced.
Except every time Jack Swagger faced Rusev, he pretty much lost every time.
Unless it was by a DQ or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So then we got a Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella promo. And pretty much the only important thing to come out of it is we're going to get Jerry Springer on Raw.
And not to
well, there
mention,
was one
they
other
also
thing
kind of
about
teased
it.
a title match there.
Jerry.
At this point, it's gonna be a triple threat match for the title.
Yeah, but Brie will stop Nikki from winning.
Yeah, most likely. But to be honest, it wouldn't be too surprising to see Nikki Bella walk out with the championship title. She has so much momentum on her side right now.
Yeah, I kind of feel this could almost be the situation CM Punk was in at Night of Champions a few years back when he was the World Heavyweight Champion and ended up getting taken out so that Chris Jericho could end up being the champion for his program with Shawn Michaels. But then again, if you're going to do that, then why the heck did you put the title on Paige in the first place?
Yeah, they only did just give it to her. We'll give it back.
Yeah, so then again, it would still be surprising to see a title change there.
I don't think they'll give it to AJ.
No.
I think that's... Paige will either retain or Nikki will get it.
Well, AJ is the only person, well, she's the last person to cash in her rematch clause and win the championship back in that rematch. And that was, I believe, around Money in the Bank time.
Yeah, but the thing is that they kind of hinted a possible program between AJ and Stephanie at the same time as well.
I would not mind seeing that, because, to be honest, those are the two power women in the company today.
So we've got about 5 minutes left, and we've got to get through one big match at the end, and Jimmy Uso Goldust.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes left, but Nikki Bella never told you.
Okay.
That was awful.
Nikki Bella does need to work on her mic skills.
And I thought not Goldust, I'm sorry. Stardust, he was really, really awesome with his mannerisms. Right before he was about to hit, I can't tell the Usos apart, so I'm gonna guess and say Jimmy Uso with the steel chair to the leg.
It's Jay that's the one that's got the injured leg.
Oh, yeah, I have trouble telling them apart.
I only know because it was Jimmy versus Goldust in the ring.
Yeah. It's the only way I know as well. But yeah, I think we may see Goldust Stardust take the titles here.
I would not mind it. I love Stardust and Goldust as a heel tag team.
I think the Usos have had them for a long time, and the Usos haven't done much with them. But then if we pass them to the Goldust and Stardust, then when the Ascension come up, they may still be the wrong alignment. If we're to bring up the Ascension soon.
The Ascension will be up very, very soon, so whoever wins the Tag Team Championship match at Night of Champions, watch out.
I gotta give props to Jay for his selling on that knee injury, because that was one heck of a good sell job.
Okay, so the main event, John Cena, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, Kane, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins.
Woo! The whole match was just to prove who is worthy of the world title match.
How'd that work
John Cena
out?
proves he was worthy of that title match, and I don't think there was a question anybody else was worthy of that match, because I think redemption alone just gives John Cena another opportunity at that title, despite a rematch clause.
Hold on, I just thought of something. What about they schedule Chris Jericho and Roman Reigns versus Kane and Seth Rollins, or Kane and Orton, some combination of those three. And then Chris Jericho, air quotes, gets taken out, does his crappy show, and then Roman Reigns is in a handicap match.
I think they've already went past the where they can do that.
Damn. So you people have seen the next Raw, so my wild guesses are more wild than yours.
Let's just say they pretty much have made it to where Jericho has his outlaws
Okay.
next week.
So yeah, what are we gonna see then with Reigns?
I've said it all along. I've said a 3-on-1 handicap match. Orton, Rollins, Kane versus Reigns.
Will he win it?
Yeah. They'll find a way to win it.
Oh, doesn't that sort of bury everybody else in the match though?
Yeah, but you can't really put them over Reigns because that kills his momentum.
But can you have
So there's always the possibility of one other thing that could happen.
Is it Dean Ambrose?
Yes, the Lunatic Fringe making his return.
Yeah, I definitely think Dean Ambrose will return at Night of Champions. How is the question, because you cannot predict what Dean Ambrose does.
A lot of people are hoping they do one of his old school type promos where he does a promo from a back alley somewhere near the stadium and then makes his run in.
I don't know. Hopefully we get Dean. I'll believe a 2-on-3 much more than I'd believe the 1-on-3.
I'd say he'd probably run off Rollins, and then that would leave Kane and Orton versus Reigns, and we've already seen Reigns beat the two of them by himself.
That's more believable. So it's been great talking to you two.
I tell you.
So you can visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/Wrestling Roundup Radio, or our Twitter page, twitter.com/Wrestling Radio, or our website, wrestlingroundup.host22.com, wrestlingroundup.host22.com, and I'll see you next week.